Merry Christmas, baby. Reindeer's coming out to play. Santa Claus is packing the presents, making sure you've been behaving okay.
Hello, everyone. Christina Werner here. Welcome to day 2 of the holiday card series for 2022. Can't believe we're here. We're back at the holiday cards, and I love it. Today, I'm starting out with this great stamp set from Mama Elephant that came out last year, and it is called Snowy Tree. I'm going to be doing some ink painting. That's what I call this technique, using 4 different colors of ink cubes from Concord and Ninth. I'm starting out with the color Sprout, and I'm applying just a little bit of that ink kind of all over that stamp, and then I'll stamp down right onto my white cardstock. This is Solar White cardstock from Neenah, and this is the 80-pound version. I'm going to make sure that white cardstock is nestled back in that corner every time I stamp. Now I'm using the color Parsley, and I'm trying to hit other areas of that tree that I did not hit with the Sprout. So I'm trying to get some color in different areas. Double checking to make sure that that cardstock is in the bottom corner of my MISTI stamping platform, and then I stamp it for the second time. So I'm going to speed up the video so we can get through this a little bit more quickly, but I've moved on to my third color, which is Evergreen. Evergreen really starts pulling this together. Going back to Parsley, adding a little bit more in some different areas, and then I'm going to bring in Midnight, which is a dark blue. It's going to give some nice intensity to some of those areas on my tree. There's a couple little spots I want to fill in with more color, so I'll add a little bit more Evergreen. And I'm also going to add a little bit more Sprout just to fill in an area right there in the center. And here we are. Here's my tree. I think it looks gorgeous. You could definitely leave it just like that on the white cardstock, but there is a coordinating die. So I'm using the coordinating die for the Snowy Tree stamp set. I'm running that through my Anna Griffin Mini Empress. And now I have this beautiful tree. So to go on top of the tree, I'm going to be using this stamp set from Sunny Studios. And this is the Holiday Greetings stamp set. I have the stamps and the dies. I'm going to be stamping the Season's Greetings stamp in Versamark ink onto some white cardstock. I'm planning to do this with a gold embossing powder. It's going to give a very nice festive look on top of all of those deep green shades of the tree. So I've applied some gilded embossing powder from Brutus Monroe, and then I'm hitting that with my heat tool until all the powder is melted. I used the coordinating dies to cut this out, which these dies, let me tell you, they cut really close up right next to the greetings, and they look beautiful. It's a really excellent die set. So I'm planning to put those all together, and I'm going to put it on top of this really dark green cardstock from Simon Says Stamp, but it was a little bit too plain, so I thought I would try using an embossing folder from Spellbinders. This is the Puff Dotty, hilarious name. It makes me think of Puff Daddy. This Puff Dotty embossing folder. I sprayed my cardstock on both sides with a little bit of water, just misted it to soften that paper, and then I'm running it through my die cutting machine with a little bit of that cardstock hanging out of the folder. This is going to leave a flat area at the bottom of the card. And I did this because I want to put a secondary greeting down below, a greeting from the stamp set. It's like a 2-line little greeting that I thought was just wonderful. And I wanted to include it. And it would be great on the inside of a card, but I thought, why not? I'm going to put it on the front. So I've preserved a flat area on the front of my card, and I'm going to stamp it and heat emboss in gold as well. So I'm using an anti-static powder tool to prep that area so I get a really good heat embossed image. And then I'm stamping my lines of text in Versamark ink. Just a very faint press of my stamps, and I'll have a really nice impression. Putting some more of that gilded embossing powder right on top, and then hitting that with my heat tool. And this greeting, I'm telling you, it's just such a great greeting. I couldn't resist using it. It says, "It's not what's under the tree that matters, it's who's gathered around it." Isn't that so nice? I just love that for the holidays. So I'm applying it to a white card base, and I just used a little bit of Tombow Extreme adhesive to glue that down. I did end up having to trim my card base just a tiny bit so everything matched up perfectly. And then I put my tree on some foam adhesive. I also put my gold embossed greeting on some foam adhesive and just applied that on top of the tree. And I had it kind of at a little bit of a diagonal. This very retro font looks great at a diagonal. I then grabbed these little pearls in different green shades. These are from Hero Arts. I have no idea if they're still sold. I went to the depths of my crafting stash to find these. I think I've had them for over 10 years. But you know what? The adhesive on them is holding strong and they look great on top of this tree. I just love all the green tones. For those of you who love green, this card is most definitely for you. So that's day 2 of the holiday card series. Thank you so much for coming back every year and joining me for all of these cards. I love it. This is my favorite time of year, and I can't wait for you guys to see all the amazing holiday cards I have in store for you. So if you want to check out any of the products I've used today, check out the links down below. On screen, I've got 3 videos for you. These are all day 2 videos from the 3 previous years of the holiday card series. So take a walk down memory lane, go through those old card videos, and see what was created on day 2 of the holiday card series in yesteryear. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you guys next time.